Every motor show, wherever it is in the world, has a big story. And the big story here at Geneva this year is this. It's a Bentley, unveiled to the world's motoring press today to amazement. And it's not just the car that's the story either. Halfway along it nestles, or I don't know if I should say nestles really about something so huge, the engine. It's a V16, 8 litre, over 620 brake horsepower. It's a monster of a thing, and every bit a proper Bentley engine.
In fact, if we're to get our letters of the alphabet right, that glorious engine isn't a V, it's a W16. It uses technology similar to that found in the W12 engine used by Volkswagen in their supercar. And looking at the Bentley, it must be said that it does have something, well, rather European about it. Bentleys traditionally have 25 feet long bonnets with the engine nestling in there, not in the middle. In fact, you could say it looks rather as though somebody has taken a Bentley grille and hammered it crudely into the front end of pretty much any European supercar.
We had this ambition that if we wanted to push the boundaries of Bentley further than they've been pushed in recent years at least, then something like this was going to be a good thought provoker and would give us the views of people, whether they be journalists, customers, aficionados for the mark, as to whether this is the sort of direction we could go. Now, bear in mind that W.O. Bentley made the name for the company in the 1920s and 30s with supercars at the time. We were winning Le Mans 5 times in the 20s, so it's not exactly a departure for us. It's perhaps going back to something we've done before, but not in this guise, that's for sure.
Yeah, and you certainly can't go too far down the tradition line because it's mid-engine. Why did you go mid-engine with this concept?
I guess when you think supercar, you think mid-engine. It needn't be, but that tends to be the recognised configuration. This is a concept car, so it's unlikely level to go into production anyway. So if we did decide to do something, it could be in any different direction. It wouldn't have to be mid-engine.
At the eagerly awaited launch to the world's press of this car and of this engine, you said that this is a statement of intent. Now, it could be said that it's quite a European thing to do, to put the engine in the middle. I mean, are we going to see more of a move towards a European kind of product, something less idiosyncratic than in the past?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, you've got a very big engine there. And don't forget, this concept car does two things. Yes, it's a statement of intent for Bentley as a mark. It's also a test bed for the engine itself. It's the introduction of this 16-cylinder, 8-litre engine. We haven't made an 8-litre engine for a long time, not since the 1930s. So it is a test bed for that engine, and the engine will probably go into a future generation of mainstream Bentley products. So replacement for some of the existing 4- and 2-door cars that we have in a number of years' time. So the engine is far more likely to make it into production than the car will.
And the engine is very much a Bentley product. You've described it has certain characteristics that people now associate with the Bentley engine.
That's right. I mean, let's be clear, it couldn't have happened without the support of our colleagues at Volkswagen, where the engine has been produced. It follows a family of engines that they've been working on. They've not long ago introduced an 18-cylinder engine for the Bugatti concept, which is a different makeup to this. This is along the same lines as the W12. I won't try and explain the engineering aspects of it because I'd make a fool of myself, but as you say, what we did set out to do from the very beginning of this development program was to produce an engine with them that had characteristics that a Bentley owner would recognise. Lots of torque, very low down in the rev range, so you've got that seamless tidal wave of power right the way through the rev range.
It could be said as well that this is a good time for raising the image of Bentley. You're deliberately trying to push Bentley at the moment.
We are. I mean, when Volkswagen bought the company, they knew what our 10-year product plan was, and they obviously bought into that by buying the company. We wanted to say, well, where are we going beyond that? And this is why in the very earliest days of our relationship with them, we put some ideas to them which they took to their heart, and they said, well, which of these various ideas would you like to pursue? And we said this one, and that happened to be just the one they'd like to pursue as well. So it's a statement of intent in that way, as you said before, in that we think that we can push the parameters out further beyond our live product plan, if you like, to see where we could go beyond that.